This is called Plot or Not, where Jen's going to explain a movie that I need to watch. And then by the next episode of the podcast, I'm going to give my book report on the movie. So this is a little 2-part segment. I'm ready for it if you are.
Okay, so I've got your CSC Excel doc up and I'm just like browsing through some. So are there any rules? Can I just pick whatever? Like, can I pick
Not
one of my
Debbie
own
Does
suggestions?
Dallas.
No. Well, I've added a lot to the list personally. So if I may, I think the movie I want to watch with you so badly is Sister Act 1 and 2, but for the sake of time, we're only going to describe number 1. So here we go. Okay. Plot or Not, Sister Act. All right, Nick. Imagine Whoopi Goldberg is a lounge singer who did not sign up for a life of discipline, early mornings, and modest fashion, okay? She suddenly finds herself thrown into the most unexpected witness protection situation imaginable, disguising herself as a nun and hiding out in a convent. Okay, so picture this. All right, a woman whose entire personality is just like glitter and attitude and nightclub, like diva energy. She gets dropped into a building full of rule following, no nonsense nuns who think naughty means adding an extra hymn. I don't know. At first, at first, she's about as subtle as a disco ball, okay? Our little Whoopi. But slowly against all odds, she starts shaking things up in a way that no one saw coming in this convent. Okay, traditions are getting flipped, personalities are clashing, and let's just say church starts sounding a lot less like Sunday morning and a lot more like Saturday night. Okay, baby.
Are you reading a script, by the way, or this is just how you describe things? Is this real?
This is how I describe movies. I'm trying so hard.
I thought you were reading the Wikipedia on it with like a chat GPT twist. This is just how you talk?
No, Nick, this is just my favorite movie. Okay, so 1 and 2. Okay, so okay, if you ask my wife, ask anyone, I'm the worst spoiler, and I'm trying so hard to still keep not really reveal anything, but just use colorful enough language to give you the vibe of the movie. So it's very lighthearted, very non-serious, but she's in a witness protection program, right? So she's trying super hard to not get caught by literally anyone. And all the while she becomes the most iconic nun we've ever seen. So it's chaotic, it's singy, it's just wholesome as hell. I can't wait for you to watch it.
After that description, I gotta just say, can you just describe things more? That was awesome. Like, you were doing that, and I was doing a bit where I was just gonna pose and be like, haha, she's gonna explain something to me, and I was like, ooh, what is this Sister Act?
It's Plot or Not, Sister Act.
Plot
so
or
you're gonna
Not.
watch it? Are you excited?
I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna watch it, and the next episode, guys, we're gonna to see A, how well she described the plot, and B, if I liked it or not.
Yes, so we get points for the description. Is it accurate? I mean, come on. I feel like I nailed it. I've seen it a million times. And then 2,
you sold me on
Nick's reaction. Yeah, you're gonna love it. There's no way you dislike this movie.
It's part 2 of Plot or Not. Last episode, Jen gave me a description. Calm it down. You just sit down in your chair and you listen for a minute. Hold up.
Whatever, Nick.
Jen gave a description for this movie called The Sister Act, and I notoriously have not watched movies, and Jen told me to start watching them, and the whole point is that she would describe a movie, and then I would watch said movie. I watched it right before this podcast, so I'm coming in ripe fresh on this one. Now, there's 2 categories here. My actual opinion of the movie and Jen's description. And Jen was an IMDb god. That was incredible. I listened back to it right before and right after watching the movie. And I was like, I thought you were reading like an actual synopsis on the Wikipedia. That was one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen. Like, you were in a flow state. It was like the movie Soul when people get in the zone. That's exactly what that was. Yeah, I see movies. I can make references. I can tell you for a fact that movie was dog water. Oh my God. I was so ready for that movie to be over after the first 10 minutes.
What?
Okay. It wasn't bad.
I need you to take a breathalyzer test right now. Are you high? Do you not feel joy?
Do you breathalyze weed?
I don't know. I'm flabbergasted right now. You thought it was dog water? Seriously,
It was
do
pretty
you not
bad.
enjoy
Yeah,
a
it was
good
kind
time?
of like, okay, the whole point of a movie, particularly comedy, I would say the best movies make you feel something, or they made you forget how much time you spent investing into it, right? So I can tell you for a fact that I was very cognizant of the movie length. And I can tell you it got me to laugh once unintentionally and like 2 or 3 times intentionally, maybe. And the unintentionally is because they used the word bubkiss, which I thought was hilarious. I lost my mind when that Vinny or Vince guy said bubkiss. It just made me laugh so much. But I'm not saying that this has to be an Oscar winning plot, but the characters were just all so like dumb and had no, like, there was no payoff to any of the side characters getting built up. Whoopi just couldn't stop smiling most of the time and couldn't even hold a straight face when she was supposed to be straight face. None of the character decisions made sense. And I don't care in a comedy movie if character decisions make sense. But what I do care about is if they don't make sense, it has to be funny. And there was a way better movie hidden within that movie that they just chose not to make. And they just added all this random nonsense and tomfoolery. I thought the payoff wasn't there. It wasn't offensive. I wasn't actually bad, but it had nothing that was particularly good other than any time the choir was doing choir stuff. That was fun. That was great. Give me a movie of just that. I don't need the random going outside, painting, and doing the neighborhood TV news.
You didn't like the montage?
The montage was so weak. The chase scenes had way too upbeat of music. I'll be honest, this is at best a 5 out of 10. And I just want you to know, IMDb only gave it a 6.6. So I'm not that far below what the people are saying.
We don't care what the IMDb ratings are of people decades later judging this movie that came out in 1992, the year I was born. But you need to imagine the hood of the 90s.
Okay,
and being a kid, watching Whoopi not fail to act as you so claim, but she just had pure charisma. She had amazing comedic timing. The woman doesn't even have eyebrows, and her facial features alone are carrying so much of the physical comedy. Like, we're just not seeing the same thing. And that's her real voice singing in the movie.
No.
She can sing, boy.
And the choir parts were great. If they made a whole movie of the, like, okay, I'm sorry, but to be fair, I understand that 1992, A Fish Out of Water story was way more enticing, and there's been a million and one of those like now, which doesn't help this movie's case. But I can also tell you, the entire movie was her like actually learning how to be a nun and struggling really bad and just consistently getting caught doing bad things, and then also like really working with a struggling choir. Unfortunately, I just didn't care about any of the side characters because none of them had realistic buildups or payoffs at all.
Dude.
Like at
crazy
all.
take.
No,
dude,
no, this is
the legend Maggie Smith as Mother Superior, Olympic level restraint comedy coming from her. So who cares if there's a story arc with a mini side character? Dude, Sister Mary Patrick?
Every
Sunshine
character in
hilarity?
Airplane, a movie that came out 12 years prior, had way better like relevance to the plot in a movie that was so nonsensical with its plot. Every side character had personality. Here, it's like, nope. I couldn't even tell half the nuns apart other than the two main side chicks.
What?
They were
Dude,
like all the same lady.
Oh, yeah, other than the two side chicks. So, okay,
Other
so you
than
got
the
Sister
two
Mary
main side
Patrick.
chicks.
Which is Kathy Najimy, by the way, from Hocus Pocus. She voices
Never
Peggy
seen
Hill
Hocus
from
Pocus.
King of the Hill.
No, I've seen Peggy Hill from King of the Hill. That's
She's
a show.
Peggy Hill.
That's a great show.
This actress. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This actress. Wow. Kathy saw a news anchor one night, like watching television, and the news anchor is all like bubbly and sunshiny, and she's like, "That's Sally Field. Gotta love her." And then just like a light bulb dinged in her mind, and she was like, "Oh my God, that's my nun." That's how I'm going to develop my character around the nun. And she sent the news anchor a bouquet of roses and never told her why, which is such a baller move. And Kathy, she's a social activist in real life. There was a scene where they wanted her like protesting like a pornography store or something during the montage, which you hated. And she like refused to do the scene. And so they ended up having her like giving out raffle tickets instead or something, but she like took a stand. Dude, you got like Sister Mary Robert, you know, she goes from like talk about story arc going from this timid whisper to like full Christina Aguilera vocal
All
powerhouse
they did
doing
was they
runs.
let her start singing. She didn't do anything else. That she got her tummy touched once. This is exactly what happened. She's like, you're struggling to sing. She touches her tummy while she's singing. She hits a note, and for the rest of the movie, she is now Christina Aguilera, and there was no further developments on that fact.
No, Nick, no. She was a young postulate that hadn't become a real nun yet, and she was very excited about Sister Mary Clarence's arrival to the convent. And she came out of her shell through emotional and physical connectivity. She was probably a closeted lesbian who had the hots for Whoopi and was just got real excited and got brought out of her shell. I'm just trying every angle to get you invested into this movie.
It's too late. I've already seen it. Unfortunately, you did enough to get me to want to watch it because your description amazing. The movie itself, just a mid-fest, and like with montage hate. Let's just be honest. Things that suck from the 80s, music. Montages and like that 90s hangover was clearly still there. There was too much music, too much montage.
Oh, yeah.
I only wanted the choir segment. You know, the opening segment was so drawn out.
It was, yeah.
Like it starts off so slow, and like I just don't care at all. And you know why I don't care? Because Whoopi's character, Dolores, doesn't even care about her situation because she's too busy being a pick-me girl and saying, I don't want to be here, and then gets put there and then starts to really want to be there and then gets told, okay, well, you have to help with the choir. And her character should have been like, oh, well, at least I can finally pass my time here. Instead, her character goes, I don't want to do it. And like protests the decision. None of the characters make any sense, and they all change on a dime. And I think, moral of the story, it was 5 out of 10. It was not offensive, but my, oh my, the best part about that movie was the Wingstop I had while watching it.
I'm amazed that you haven't brought up the most unrealistic nature of the entire plot, which is that Pope Francis himself flies all the way to San Francisco.
That's cool.
Nick, in 1992, there were only like magazines and shit. Like, how did this Pope hear about a choir that he's never listened to and decides, I can put my Pope shit aside for a minute and come all the way?
See, that's hype. Okay, a comedy movie, I'm okay to sacrifice expectations and say, you know what? Yeah, I guess the Pope's there now. Totally fine with me. I'm willing to let that go. But they just had one bad choir session, and then Whoopi goes in there, touches the girl's tummy, and now all of a sudden they are the hottest band in town. There was no build-up. There was no payoff. I don't even feel like she really struggled to be a nun because, frankly, they didn't show much of it. They didn't even pay off the whole her stealing a tomato thing. She just stole tomato.
I know that was the most random like little bit, but you know what, Nick? Whatever. I'm sorry it wasn't The Godfather or your beloved Pulp Fiction. Okay,
I do love Pulp Fiction.
Whatever. Yeah. Sister Act is a feel-good comfort movie classic with an amazing cast. I'm banning you from seeing Sister Act 2, which has even better musical numbers that you will never see because you're banned.
If you have nostalgia, I'm sure it's a great movie. If you watch that movie objectively in the year 2026, you would be thinking about every other movie. Like that movie was slightly worse than probably the new Super Mario movie that just came out. Because that was at least a brain rot that I could get behind, and that made me lose track of time with the shiny colors.
Okay, guys, let's put this to bed right away. Is it just nostalgia for me that is projecting here, or is Nick a terrible judge of movies?
Yes.
Let us know.
To both. The answer is yes to both.